And our first guest tonight certainly doesn't need any makeovers, and like my good self, in fact, she's been used to getting turned down for jobs in the past for being just too beautiful.
Halle Berry was born 24 years ago in Cleveland, Ohio. The former Miss Teen All-American has already starred with Eddie Murphy in Boomerang and Bruce Willis. To research her role in The Last Boy Scout, Halle peeled off in a Hollywood strip joint.
We'll put some clothes on.
Welcome to the Word, Halle.
Lovely to meet you. Ooh, hands are cold. Now, Halle, it's fantastic for you to come here. I mean, and you've actually made the revelation to me that your mum was born in Liverpool.
That's right. She was.
Oh, a few. Got a few Scousers in the house tonight. Now, listen, most people over here will know you from playing opposite Eddie Murphy in the film Boomerang. What's Eddie Murphy like to work with?
Well, he's a lot of fun. He's like a joke a minute, or he can be really quiet and very to himself. So you have to know how to approach Eddie. You know, you have to. He's like, you got to approach him with kid gloves sometimes. But he's very funny. I learned a lot about comedy with him.
Did he actually have the whole entourage of bouncers and everything when you met him?
Uh-huh. And he still has them, and he always will have them.
I mean, something I noticed, because I met him a few weeks ago, was like he had guys scattering uncut potpourri on the tables and, like, incense sticks.
Well, you know, it's hard to say what somebody should or shouldn't have, but people are crazy when Eddie's around. So a lot of it I learned that he has to do to protect himself, because people really get just crazy. So sometimes I think it's worth it in his case.
Now going back to you, you've been I mean, you're very much a rising star, you know, in sort of acting circles at the moment over in the States. But you actually, your first kind of showbiz break was winning a teen beauty pageant, wasn't it?
Yeah, don't remind me.
You were like Miss America, Miss Teen America.
Yeah, that's right, when I was 16 years old.
Was that a help or a hindrance in trying to become an actress?
It's been a help in some ways, because I learned a lot about beauty and poise and how to talk to people and deal with people. But it's also hurt me, because once I got to Hollywood, they think anybody that's remotely attractive doesn't have a brain and you can't possibly be talented. So I've had to work extra hard to dispel those images. So that's why I took Jungle Fever, a film where I played a crack addict, so I could lose the makeup, lose the hair, and just be, you know, a crackhead.
I mean, that part in Jungle Fever, I believe you actually spent time in a crack den, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I went to a real crack house, and I wore a bulletproof vest, and I said, well, that's great. What if I get shot in my head? I mean, I wanted to go home. I was really scared, and it was a scary experience. But I needed to do it because I knew nothing about drugs and crack, and so I needed to see what it was like in order to be that character.
Now, I believe there's a film that you've just done with Patrick Swayze, isn't there?
Right.
That should be coming out.
Called Honor Among Thieves. It'll be out this summer.
Do you actually play his leading lady in it?
Well, sort of. It's not a love interest, though. We decided, we realized we both need each other. And I won't tell you what, because that'll give it all away. But we both need each other for reasons other than sex. And we become friends.
Because one thing I've noticed in American movies is they never kind of have a white leading guy and a black leading actress, you know, having love scenes,
right.
or many black leading men and then, you know, white actresses having love scenes.
It's changing, though.
But I mean, it's 1993. In some ways, it seems a bit kind of, you know, why should it be such a big deal now, and why don't they do it?
Because basically, people are racist, and I think, you know, the things that have happened 100 years ago with slavery and all that stuff, it's just now starting to be undone. And it shouldn't be a big deal, and that's one of the things I love about being here in London, is because it seems a little bit freer here. I don't feel so much, well, the kind of racial tension that I feel back home in the States, so I'm enjoying being here just because of that.
Now, you were filming quite a lot in the deep south of America for this new Alex Haley,
right.
Queen, which is about, it's kind of a new Roots, isn't it?
Right, exactly. It's sort of the sequel to Roots. It's about Alex's paternal grandmother, and she was half black, half white, and it's her story of how she fit in 100 years ago, and really you find out that she didn't fit in. She was sort of like this misfit. So it's the story of her life.
I mean, that's a plum role. Weren't there other actresses who wanted to scratch your eyes out for getting that role?
Yeah, some tried. Actually tried.
Listen, we'll be asking you more of the gory details a little later on. Now, as you know on this show, we always try to give you a little taste of what's on for the weekend, and there is a meeting this Saturday in Newcastle for people who've had encounters with aliens or beings from another planet, and I don't mean Sunderland either, for all you Geordies watching. Earlier this week, there was this book which was launched, which has several true accounts, apparently, of close encounters of the third kind over in America, and people talking about it. In fact, this topic has become you know, subject to scientific study. We sent our Danny, our resident space cadet, over to Los Angeles to meet some of these weird alien types.
I'm here at the Sacramento Cinedome, California, mingling amongst a specially invited audience for a screening.
Alien encounters. Okay. I'll applaud anything. Now, do you think that those guys are complete lunatics, or do you think they might have come across something, Halle?
I think they're great actors. I gotta watch out for my jobs. No, I mean, how come they never land in my backyard? I mean, I'm looking for them all the time, and I don't see them landing. No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, you yourself, you're actually married. Your husband is a star baseball player over in the States.
Right.
And you live with him in Atlanta. Do people kind of treat him as a bigger star than you?
In Atlanta, yo, sure. They knock me down to get to my husband. They don't care.
Don't care about you being a movie star?
No, no. Atlanta's such a baseball town since they've gone to the World Series two years in a row. And so baseball is a much bigger deal than any acting that I might do. Yeah.
Of course, you have to tell him that really baseball's a girls' game,
yeah, baseball's a girl. When I get into a fight, I'm going to say, you shut up, what do you know? You just play a girls' game.
It's just rounders, isn't it?
Yeah, listen,
we'll be talking again, Halle. You are going to stay with us tonight. Now, 10 years ago, Adam Ant had a hit record with Puss in Boots, something you may want to forget. However, there are hundreds of fans up and down the country who will not let Adam Ant's memory fade, and our Katie is with the advanced guard of these fans. We're having a bit of a get-together tonight. Katie. Oh, yes. Walthamstow boys, he's 17, slow it down. And Halle, you're a fan, aren't you?
I am a fan. I just said to him, they're good. Who are they?
There you are, lads. Free copy of the record for Halle after. Sorry about that one. Listen, our next guest tonight is a writer, actor, comedian, director. He's also a useful player to have in a dead ball situation. And unlike the past two England managers, he has managed to get at least one outstanding performance out of John Barnes. That's enough of that. You've not bought anything to plug, have you, Halle, tonight?
No. I'm just here because I want to be here, because I like everybody.
Yeah. Well,
not to plug anything.
That's right, that's right. Girl after my own heart. What is your next project that we'll be able to see over here in Britain?
Queen, which will probably be out. And also I have a movie with Patrick Swayze coming out called Honor Among Thieves, and with James Caan, one called The Program, out in the summer.
So we'll be seeing a lot of you over the next year.
I hope you'll go see it.
So make the most of it, boys.